Hello everyone. Today we're gonna be talking about the red pill and so how I discovered it and what's it about and everything like that. So during my teenage years, I was frustrated with girls obviously and wondering like why things weren't going my way. I was kind and you know didn't have much confidence in myself, but was growing a little bit. But yeah, it was painful getting ignored by girls or getting insulted by girls. Like, some girls are just more extroverted, so they just say mean crap to your face, and it's like it's really weird getting insulted by a female compared to a dude, because it's like you can't hit a girl, you know what I mean? So it's very weird dynamic, and I don't know, it almost feels like you're like suffocated, where you can't even really do anything. But anyways, so yeah, through that frustration, I discovered the red pill, and so if you don't know what the red pill is, it's basically some general dating group, and it's a collective of YouTubers or people on Reddit or whatever, and basically they talk about improving yourself and how you have to be in the top 10% of men to attract a girl, and they also talk about marriage, and most aren't really pro marriage generally. Um, they're definitely about grinding really hard and not focusing on kids, but there's a lot of different sectors. There's probably the more traditional tradcon route where, yeah, the route is improve yourself, marry someone, have kids, usually younger, right? But what I'm more talking about is the traditional in the sense of the classic red pill, which is be the man who gets all the girls, works hard in the gym, gets money, and it just has loads of girls. That's what I'm talking about. And I think that causes a lot of problems for men, because one, you know, it's just very like the concept of you have to be the top guy, and if you're a provider, they talk about the alpha, they get the girl, and then the beta, they just give money to the girl, and I don't necessarily agree with that. I think there's nothing shameful about being a provider, which that might not necessarily be what they're saying. I mean, no, that's totally what they're saying. Because obviously, the alpha, he doesn't provide for her. He just has his satisfaction and leaves, right? Um. So yeah, I don't agree with that concept. It causes problems because you think if you're like a normal guy that you're just gonna be absolutely screwed in dating, which I don't think that's true. I think improve yourself, become competent, and you'll be okay. And it's very depressing. The 90% rule, it really is. It's like, wow, I have to be a part of the 90% or part of the 10%. Like that's very intimidating for a young man. And it's just very, there's a lot of hating girls in the manosphere too. Well, the red pill, not well, yeah, the manosphere in general, but we're talking about the red pill. So yeah, there's a lot of hating. Just general, girls will they'll leave you. They're not loyal. You shouldn't settle down with them. Just very, I don't know. It turns into a very nihilistic, depressing hole that you sink yourself into because it's a very self-fulfilling prophecy. Oh wow, you get a bunch of money. Okay, you're around people that love money. Wow, you have a girl that took your money. Shocker, right? It's a very self-fulfilling prophecy. While, like I said, be confident and you'll be okay. And yeah, this led me to a very dark route where, I thought love was meaningless and purposeless and would never happen, and, for some people that is true. Some people the deck is stacked against them, but yeah. I guess now that we talked about the general red pill and the general problems it causes, because we talked about the actual creators in the red pill, so you have Fresh and Fit. Um, Basically, they have a panel of girls that come on. Generally, they have a host of other people that come on. They have a lot of topics. It's not just girls. It's also, they talk about money, fitness. They do, and it's very interesting. Myron, he has a channel, Fed It 1911, and because he used to be a federal agent, so he discussed a lot of, court cases. Well, not necessarily court cases. Well, of course, he talks about court cases, but he also talks about, just police stuff. So, court cases. Adoy. Anyways, and then you got Fresh, who's I don't know, it's Fresh, bro. He's the most mid guy ever. I'm sorry, Fresh. He's just I like Fresh. He's cool, but like Myron's the star of the show. I mean, what am I supposed to say? I mean, Fresh is chilling. He's fresh. Fresh is fresh. He's there. He's confident. He's chilling. It's Fresh. Fresh is fresh. Myron is everyone's Myron. Myron. Right. Um. You also have Rolo Tomasi. Um. Considered many as the godfather of the red pill. Um, he's just an old guy, generally old guy. He has kids and stuff, I'm pretty sure, in a family. And, he talks about, improving yourself and stuff. But, honestly, I'm not super well versed on him. I used to watch videos on him, but I'm not very well versed. He has the Rational Male book, which I'm sure he has influenced the concepts of being in the part of the 10%, and the alpha gets the girl, the beta provides for the girl, right? Like he has to be the guy that created that because those are some very big topics that I talk about all the time. So it has to be him that created it. That's why I think, and I think one YouTuber talked about that. So yeah, I'm right. Um, you also got the whatever podcast, which is I don't know. I haven't looked into them enough. I think they're actually bigger than Fresh and Fit, but yeah, I don't really know about them, and I'm all scatterbrained here, but so actually going to talk about Fresh and Fit a little bit more. So the things I like about Fresh and Fit is, they are about improving yourself. Like I said, they're money videos and fitness videos. I'm all for it. It's all great. Love it being competent with your money, having financial literacy. I love it, right? Improving your physical brain by improving your body, right? Helping your confidence. All great things. But they're not the kindest of girls. They kind of bash girls a lot. They make fun of them. Um, two common things that they're jokes, but they kind of show what the show's about. Is whenever there's a nurse on, they always consider a nurse as like promiscuous as a joke because I guess nurses are known for being promiscuous, which I have family members that are nurses, so it's like I'm not sure if that's entirely true, but it's a stereotype, so fair enough. And then they also talk about whenever there's a black girl on, they always do I don't know what keys they press, but the dashboard keys where they go, "Hey y'all," and it's like, I don't know, it's just like I don't know, it's just fucked up to me. I don't know, it's not that big of a deal, but I mean, I don't know, some topics I don't really agree with, like, oh, girls, they don't have to provide anything, which I don't know if that's even true, dude. If you're average dude, you're making 50K a year, yeah, you want your girl to make 50K a year too, or contribute in some way. What, can you make 50K a year being like I don't even know, a teacher or whatever, and then your girl's like a hairstylist, makes 30K a year? I like that's fine. That's not 80K a year is fine to live on, right? Not great, but fine, depending on the area, right? Um, but yeah, my point is, yes, I think guys would like girls to work. Like, I guess maybe he was only talking about only high value men, which is fair enough, but I mean, I know a lot of a lot of girls in my family that are working and they're married and they're fine. It's not like this emasculating, horrible thing. Which, listen, if it's a girl and she wants to be in the kitchen, clean, take care of the kids, that's fine, dandy. That's completely 110% fine. But I don't think everyone has to do that. Um, what else do they talk about? Just, improving yourself. 10% of men. Life is harder for men than girls, which yeah, I kind of agree. I really do. to an extent. It's kind of, I think it's a false. I do agree and I don't because you like, yeah, you can be a girl and barely work, be lazy, and get a guy, but that guy's not going to be a good guy. Like, he's not going to be a good. He's really not. You think that guy's going to be loyal when you're a bum? You think when you're a bum, you think you're not going to attract bums? Like, I think it's crap. I think as a girl, life can be very difficult for a girl as well. I think life can be, in some situations, way more difficult as a girl than a guy. It just depends, right? Depends. It depends where you're brought, what country you're brought into, what area in the country you're brought to. Many factors that depend how hard your life is going to be. But like, yeah, I understand. Men have to work. Girls don't have to work. Fair enough. But I think life can be very difficult for girls, and sometimes, like I just said, it's more difficult for girls. Um, Now, in terms of dating, yeah, that's a crap show for guys especially. I completely agree with that. I mean, you have to. I mean, he talks about the 10% for a reason, which I don't know if it's 10%, but you gotta improve yourself. You can't be a bum. I'm trying not to be a bum myself, so I'm doing things right. Um, who else? There's Sneeko. Oh, before Sneeko, Andrew Tate, obviously. Um, I already talked about him, but I'll just rehash him. I already talked about it. I already talked about him in the previous video, but I'll just rehash it. I think he's hilarious. I think he has some really good points about working hard, being loyal, being a good man, competent man. I agree with that entirely. Yeah, he has some crude jokes. Um, I kind of have the Destiny view in terms of do I believe he's guilty of the stuff he did. The Destiny view is basically if he didn't exaggerate any of the stuff he said online, then yes, he is. That's my view. Innocent until proven guilty, of course. But yeah, which is tough because I really like Andrew Tate. I think he's really funny. But anyways, who else? Sneeko. Sneeko used to be a YouTuber. I already talked about Sneeko. I already talked about all these people, bro. Like this video is weird because like yeah, it's almost like okay, this video is fine. I'll upload it, but it's like I already talked about all this crap to a certain extent. Um, oh, vasectomies. You don't need to get a vasectomy, Rolla Tomasi. he now he talked about on the Fresh and Fit podcast. He contextualized that a little bit more, but it's just a weird tweet in general. Very confusing wording in terms of oh this isn't advice and oh this isn't for all people and oh I can't define a high value male because it depends on who you're talking about if you're religious not religious. It's like no bro, there's certain attributes every high value man in every society has. Anyways, have a good day, everyone.